Hello friends, and welcome to the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Today we're going to be talking about these 6 websites that you need to be using in order to better your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game, and better to understand the game, and better to move forward, to make advances, to gain the knowledge that you need to have to be able to be the best player and to make the best teams that you possibly can. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave the link to all of these sites in the description section below. Please comment and leave a if I didn't cover a site that you use, please leave it in the section below, leave it in the comments below, and we can help each other out by sharing this information. Now the first website that we're going to be going to today is the forums. Now the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes forums it's the place where they provide the latest information, the news and announcements, the game and development updates. It also has the Academy section, which is a tool that helps new players to build their skills, to know who to develop, who to focus on. It gives not paths, but tips on how other players have done it, the pitfalls that they've gone through, and it helps new players avoid all of the problems that older, more veteran players have already experienced. It's really a great way to start out the game if you're new here. Also, there's just a general discussion section where players can throw out their opinions, provide advice, say this is what's happening with me. How would you handle this? It's really a great tool for all players to be able to use to get the tools that they need or to get the information that they need. Also, there's sections on squad and character strategy. There's PvP and rivalry. This, just talks about the rivalry and PvP within the arena of the game. There's a place for guilds. There's a guide section, and then there's just an off-topic section. If for anyone who just has questions or wants to talk about this, this is where the developers will launch new information about the game. I check this on a daily basis. I spend a lot of time on the forums. I read a lot of the posts, and a lot of the strategies that I've come up with and that I share with you guys come from here. And so I'd like to be able to take credit for this, but to be honest, there's just a lot more smarter. There's a lot of smarter people out there than me, and I just want to share what they share too. So get the word out for them. The second website that I want to talk about today is Reddit. Now, specifically the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes subreddit, which is SW Galaxy of Heroes. This is very similar to the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes forums, but it's on Reddit, and so it's a lot of fun. There are definitely rules, just like there's rules to post on the forums, but this is, in my opinion, where players will post the newest information first. This is where Lugo, who launched the Nutini team, first launched his. This is the first place that we saw the video for that. Additionally, this is a great tool for just anyone to get their feelings or talk about how they've addressed an issue. Plus, it's Reddit, and if you're not familiar with Reddit, it's a great place for most people. Actually, Reddit's a wonderful place to gather information, and it's a fun way to engage with the community. I highly recommend spending a little bit of time on Reddit if you're looking for an answer that you're not being able to find on the forums. Reddit probably has the answer for you. The next website we're going to talk about is SWGOH.gg. This is the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes website. This is not directly affiliated with the game, but whoever created this website is brilliant. Now, with this website, you can look up different characters within the game, both playable and non-playable characters. It also allows you to look at ships, character stats, ship stats, abilities. There's a meta report, as well as a database of gear for the raids, shard shipments, events, light and dark side battles, squad cantina battles, mod battles. It allows you to look at the guild leaderboard, guild activities. It allows you to look at different squads. And what's really important about this, and another website that I'm going to show you in a bit, is that it syncs to the actual game. There's an API that allows it to connect to the game, so it can pull your personal data of your team and allow you to see just how you're doing. So it shows you where you are, how you're doing. It shows you where your characters are, how your characters are doing. It It'll also show you where, if you have mods, it'll show you the mods that you're using or the mods that you have on, who's got them, what they look like. It'll show you your team or your guild, your ally code, and it'll give you some stats. These are the same stats that are in your guild information or your character information, but this is incredibly important for any player who wants to develop the best teams they possibly can. It also, if you look at the meta report down here on the homepage, the meta report will go through and show you which teams are ranking the highest in the arena, or which leads specifically are ranking the highest. So you can look at the teams, you can look at the leads, you can look at the specific characters being used, you could look specifically at rank 1, or rank 1 through 10, or rank 1 through 100. This is important because it allows you to see what you're going to be facing when you're trying to break into those ranks 1 through 100. So it also allows you to have the tools that you need to just better your teams. So the next website we are going to look at is crouchingrancor.com. Now, specifically on Crouching Rancor, this is another website that allows you to sync your game data with an API here on the website. And specifically, what it does, the thing that I love about this website is the mod manager and the mod advisor. There's also some Cantina plan calculators, character upgrade costs, ship upgrade costs. There's a Java mini game that helps you recognize the different Javas, and that's fun. But I use this all the time, and what I want to show you this, it allows you to, once you've synced your data to the site, it shows you all the mods. This is the mod manager that we're looking at for my character. It shows you all the mods that you have, and you can break that down by what set you want to look at, what star rating that you want to look at. If you want to look at a 5 pips in a triangle or a cross or whatever, it helps you to do this, right? Then if you sync it up with the mod advisor, this allows you to look at the different characters, just all the different characters. So if I want to look at the Galactic Republic, and let's say I want to look at 5, this shows me, hey, 5 would probably work best for having 3 sets of defense on it. Now here underneath the individual shows you what you should put on them. So if you have a defense mod that has a lot of tenacity, put it on 5s. If you have a defense mod that has a lot of protection, put it in the circle. So now these are just recommended. They're obviously not perfect, but it's a good place for people to start. So I look at this pretty often, and I switch back and forth between this. And if anything else, it shows me what mods I have and where they are, so I can put certain things on certain characters. And if there's a new meta that I want to try out, then I can easily go to this, find which character has which mod, and just swap it out. I love it. I think it's great. I use it all the time. Now, the next website that I want to show you is the Roster Progress Indicator. Midgar777's started this. This is, again, another website that you sync your information to. You load it up. You load your profile. And this website shows you just how close you are to facing off against the Rancor, both in heroic and regular, but also with the tank and the regular. So here it is. You can see that in the heroic Rancor, I have in phase 1, I have in phase 1 of the heroic Rancor, I have teams that can do a great amount of damage. They're solid. And then during the Rancor phase, I have 3 teams that are great. And then Dengar for my 3rd team in that Rancor raid just needs a little bit of extra work, right? So he needs to be leveled up to 85. Other than that, I know that in the Rancor raid, I'm solid. I'm golden. I can do my share of damage in the heroic Rancor raid. Now, it also shows you the normal tank takedown raid. And so I look at this and I'm like, okay, so for me, Ayla Secura needs to be brought up. So I've got 4 phases in that. I've got 4 teams in that first phase that use her in one form or fashion. and so she needs to be brought up. She's close, she's gear level 6, so I need to bring her to at least 10 for the normal, and I need to raise her level to at least 85. Right now I'm still working on farming her a little bit. She's obviously 6 stars, so she wouldn't be ready for the heroic, but hey, that's what I can do. Now phase 2, it shows you the teams you need for phase 2. If you see a purple character outline or name of the character outline, that is a character that requires a Zeta or would benefit greatly from a Zeta. So obviously this is the clones. Cody would benefit from a Zeta. A Cody lead benefits greatly from a Zeta, and the clone team benefits greatly from a Cody lead with a Zeta. So so we go through, that's phase 3, this is phase 4. I see here that I need to rank up my Han Solo for my 4th phase in the AAT tank grade. Now, I jump down. This is my character list for the teams you can see here. I still have a long way to go for my characters for the heroic, at least in phase 1. I have a handful of characters that are ready, but a lot of my teams are not. So here's phase 2. I've got one solid team that's ready to go. I have a team that's very close. I'm missing for the Elder Zader team. I'm still missing my Tusken Shaman. He's almost 7-star, but I still have some gear I need to throw on him, and I need to level him up. So I'll have 2 teams ready for phase 2 of the heroic AAT raid. And then, you know, I've got my rebels that need some help, and my resistance needs some help. Also, my clones, not great. Look at that. There's a lot of clones that I still have to work on. Same with my 4th Order trooper, or my 4th Order team, which is the 1st Order team with. Then I moved down to phase 3, and I still need some work on phase 3. Now, looks like Royal Guard and Sunfac are 2 characters that I still need to boost. They're both 7-star, but one's gear 8 and one's gear 9, but they're still level 80 and not 85 both. So I've got them geared, or I've got them modded, but that is about it. So there's still some work I need to do in phase 3, phase 4, same concept. This is incredibly beneficial to help you, to guide you to where you need to be. I've used this as I've tried to get my team's Rancor and tank ready. So now the last thing that you need to do, the last website that you need to focus on is YouTube. If you have any questions about how a character works or how a team works, YouTube is probably the place to turn for a walkthrough. Now, a lot of the other sites that we've showed so far have all been able to show you or talk about how a thing works, or how a character works, or how a team works, or a breakdown of a character, but not all of them will walk you through it. Now, my suggestion is subscribe to some of the great channels out there that talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, or any other mobile game that you're going to be using or working with. I think that it's important, no matter what you do. YouTube's just a fun channel. Obviously, I'm going to say support us at Going Nerdy. I thank you for all of those 250 subscribers that we have so far, and any other subscribers that may come on. We appreciate your patronage. So these are the 6 websites that I use personally to help me better my teams, to give me information on which teams are ranking the best, and which teams I need to start building or focusing on, which characters I need to either continue to work on, or which characters I can probably let go off to the side. It also gives me information on new tools or techniques that I can use to just become a beast in every way possible. What are some of the websites that you use? What tools have you found that have been effective, that have helped you? Leave a comment in the section below and let's share those. Let's get these out to the community so that everyone can benefit from them. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.